Can you also explain the typical process timeline and how the EB-5 process works?
Sure, absolutely. So I always say with EB-5, the first 2 months is the most important time. The first 2 months, you can see he's put planning and due diligence. So what do we mean by planning and due diligence? What we mean is taking a very good look at the different projects in the market. And one of the things our firm does is we take a look at the projects both from an immigration perspective and from the perspective of it being a complicated real estate finance. And we talk to clients about the types of things involved. Because if you choose the right project, it really makes your life and the whole process very simple and straightforward. In the past, our clients have generically had a very good experience with Can-Am, which is why I'm sitting here, but we don't work for Can-Am. We're completely independent, and as much as I like Jeff, if they messed up one of our clients, we'd sue them. And that's how nice we are. So that's part of it. Another part of it is what Abby just mentioned is the source of funds, because we will do a limited engagement for clients, and we'll check your source of funds, because if you really can't do source of funds, you're wasting your time and money on the rest of the process. So that's the most important phase. Also, I don't know if you're mentioning regional center selection in more detail, but choosing the right regional center is really a critical part of that first block. They'll talk in more detail, but choose someone with experience and someone who understands a distressed real estate finance investment, because if some of these investments being sold get troubled, I tell you, a lot of the regional centers in the market will not know how to deal with it, and your investment's going down. Moving on, so after you've been through that due diligence process, you're then looking at filing your first filing. The first filing is what's called I-526. That just refers to a form. So the government US government require you to use a form number, which is form number I-526. Your immigration lawyer will prepare a package which involves information on the project, as well as information about your funds and yourself, and they will file that case. As Abby has marked on this chart, currently you're looking at around about 18 months. That said, a number of our clients have experienced more rapid adjudications than that. So again, because we file a lot of cases with Can-Am, I can tell you some of their projects are coming in 8 months recently. But you shouldn't rely on that. You should look more to the 18 months. Passing through that, once the I-526 is approved, if you're outside of the United States, and you're in India, you're going to be required to obtain an immigrant visa. That step involves going to the US consulates in Delhi and Mumbai and obtaining a visa. Up until very recently, that was pretty much a rubber stamp. Our firm's never had a problem, but I've heard from a number of people recently that there have been some issues with visa issuance, immigrant visa issuance in Delhi and Mumbai. My belief is if your petition is properly prepared by somebody who knows India, you won't have any issues. The types of issues I've heard of, bluntly, is a result of somebody filing your case who doesn't know anything about India. So you've got your immigrant visa. You then have, once that's issued, you then have 6 months to use it to enter the United States. When you enter the United States, you turn green on this chart, not literally, and you'll be on what's called a conditional residency permit for the period of 2 years. I always think conditional is a bit misleading, so I like to change it and say it's temporary. So you have a temporary green card that's temporary for 2 years. Or towards the end of that 2-year period, you have that temporariness removed and it becomes a permanent green card by filing Form I-829. Form I-829 basically just, you tell the government that you're still compliant with the terms of the EB-5 program, and they'll happily turn that temporary greenness into a permanent greenness, and you can deal with that in the bathroom. So then I-829 current processing times is around about 2 years. So that's where the 2-year marker on that. Once you've obtained a permanent green card, you can then look for a 5-year period after you've obtained that temporary green card, and potentially, if you wish to, optionally, obtaining US naturalization and a US passport. With all of our clients, we also advise them simultaneously to get overseas citizenship of India, or OCI. So that's the process.